All right, hello, Jeremy back again for another part of this Pachinko proof of concept I'm doing. So what I'm trying to do is get a video screen working inside of this, replacing the CRT, because CRTs are unreliable, old, and it doesn't work fully. It had a vertical collapse and then it showed no picture. Instead of trying to diagnose it, I said, well, why don't we bring you up to modern technology like we all did at home back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and start buying LCDs. So that's what I've done. Now, in the last video, I did show one of the boards. I've gotten another board in, and I can show you a little more because now I got a screen in there. Now, it's not fully mounted in, but when it is, it'll be all the way up against this pink border and just like sitting on the other side of that, like double taped or something. But let me show you back here what I've got. This is the board I'd shown previously. The board that was taking the incoming signal, and you can see here these wires. I'm gonna just get them out of the way here. This adapter is something I just made. So this is an RGBS cable, CGA, something like that, coming in. That'd be coming from like an arcade game or something like that. Now it crosses over, and it crosses over with the board that outputs the video, which is this guy. And instead of all those jumper cables, I actually have in here, trying to get it to come out here, which will be a little hard because wires are all a little short for all this, but I might have to make some others, is this. So what I did is I made an adapter cable. Let me unhook one cable here. I'll be right back. Okay, got it out of there. So you can see here that, I'll just show you the red one. I spliced from the white to the red cable, and then that's what's going into the board, the red. And so I did that for all of the connections, except for one of them that I just cut because that's a ground. There's two grounds. You don't need both grounds, so I just cut that one. So that's sitting in here. I'll rehook up that cable after, but let me show you the other parts. So after we come from here, so it comes from the main board down here, the main control board, into here. This goes out to the sound speakers, and to here. This, right now I have it powered externally, but I'll need to figure out where I can pull DC voltage from on this. I do have a connector up in there. There's a black connector, but the problem is the black spot there, 33 volts of DC. I need to lower that down to like 3 volts for this board, and then the other board wants 12 volts. And I'll show you that board here. So going out from here, I have an adapter coming, so I'm not gonna have this big cable in here anymore. That'll all come out, and it'll go to this board. And this board has on it a ribbon cable that, if I aim down appropriately, one ribbon cable has a board that I can use to control the LCD screen. Some different settings are on it. Can't get the best shot of it, but that can control some stuff. And then I also have, coming off of that, this ribbon cable. So this is where I'm going to have a female to male adapter, so I'll be able to hook the two female ends, which is what this is and what this one on here is, together. So that'll be perfect. Then this board here is the board that goes to this little LCD screen, and I definitely need to get some power onto here. It wants 12 volts, and it talks about that down here over on this side. It wants 12 volts, so that's what's coming into it right now, and that's coming off of just a adapter piece here that came with it. So I want to see if I can use that, have that come off of the board too, and then I just have the LCD sitting up in here. But if I was to put that in there, push that up in there, it fits perfectly in that pink box, and you see none of the edge of it or anything. All right, so we got it all right. We got this board is performing the conversion of the CGA or RGBS I don't know which one it is for sure. I know I keep saying that, but it converts that signal. The next thing I have then is the LCD, and the LCD goes to the LCD screen, and the LCD screen displays the picture. Right? Right. All right. So, and then, like I said, these two DC power things, the 12-volt one and the 5-volt one, those will hopefully go away in the final solution. And I just have that sitting up in there. It's sitting safely, but not, you know, not perfectly. But if you kind of pretend like go on this angle, maybe, let's see, about right about there ish. It looks like, you know, it's all covered, right? So I'm gonna turn on, and I just turned it on. So it powers up. You'll see little Chinese stuff on screen. That's the one board, the original board that's performing the conversion of the signal. That's what we should see first. Unless I move something like an idiot. And I'm not seeing it, so hold on one second. Okay. Now, what seems like seconds for you was a millennia for me, but I got it all resituated back here. It was because I had unplugged that one cable from the main board that went to the CRT audio board. So we're set now, so let's try this again. Well, we got a white screen this time. So that's different. So, I mean, hopefully this is good in respect that it's displaying just how much of a pain in the ass this is. Hold on a second. Alright, through the magic of jiggling cables, it's that TFT cable. I'm going to show you which one. There's that little thin brown cable right there. Hopefully you can see in the center between the back of the white LCD and that board. Now that's going to be mounted up. It's not going to be an issue. But right now, since it's all kind of loosey-goosey, it isn't staying in there super well. But let's try this again. All right, cool. That's a conversion board. And then, bam, fever muscle. Like I said, that's not mounted in yet, but will be. So if you can imagine it, kind of like how we're seeing it about right here, and then you kind of start firing. You know, you can pretend I did really good there and hit one. And there we go. So there we go. Getting closer to a full solution. But for now, that's where it's at. So I'd say 75% of the way there. See you guys next time for Pachinko proof of concept. Like and subscribe.